Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to Stamp Play, Stamping Sunday and Die Cut with me Monday. I truly appreciate you joining me. I hope everyone's having a great day. These are all open collaborations. Stamp Play is hosted by Susan over at Susan's Heartstrings. Stamping Sunday is hosted by Thelma Hall and Die Cut with me Monday is hosted by Pebbles over at Colitas Creations. So I made some cards. I did some stamping and some die cutting. So I thought I'd just kind of combine all of these collaborations. All right, this first card, I've been playing around on different ways to make shaker cards. This one I did using tulle, and I sandwiched the sequence between two pieces of tulle. Then I used a frame to kind of finish it off. And this little penguin and the snowflake, I believe, come from Hobby Lobby. So there is that. And what I did is I stamped Season's Greetings. So those do move around a little bit. Now this one is done the same way, but instead of using tulle, I used a pocket. Now these are pockets that you would put like playing cards in, or baseball cards is what I'm trying to say. And a lot of people use those for pocket letters. Well, I cut them down and then I used my fuse tool to seal up the sides that were open. And then I added sequins, did it the same way, and this moves around a lot easier, except I think I got carried away with the sequins. So there is that one. Super cute. I love that little penguin. And then inside, again, stamped Season's Greetings. So those are really cute. Now I'm going to show you this next one. I didn't do any die cutting or stamping on this one. But this one is called like a frameless shaker. And what I did is I got this cardstock for my card front, the blue glitter one. What you do is you cut your plastic slightly bigger than that cardstock. So I cut it the size of my card, which is 4¼ by 5½. Then you just fold over the edges on the back. You fold it over and tape it on. That was easy. I like doing it. This is simple. It's simple. I don't have to use a fuse tool or anything like that. And then you can frame it out. And that's what I did with this one. And then I got a frame that I die cut and I framed it out. So these two are done the same. Then I added this Merry Christmas. I think I got those from Dollar Tree or Michael's. I think I got those from Michael's years ago. I still have some in my stash. And they're adhesive little word strips. Put that together. Cute. And I didn't stamp anything inside because I put Merry Christmas. I'll put another Christmas sentiment inside. And then this one, again, I did the same way. It's the frameless shaker. And then I die cut this frame. I recently got these nesting frames from Michael's. And so I die cut that frame and laid it on top of the shaker. Then added my little penguin and snowflake. And then I haven't stamped anything in there. So those are all of those shakers. Been having fun and trying to figure out what works best or which method I like best. I like the pockets, but then I like the one where you just fold the plastic over and just tuck them in underneath the your card front. So that's just the fastest and easiest way, and it works out really, really well. Again, that's what this one is like. And this one, but I didn't put a frame on this one. So really cool. Having fun with that, and I'll experiment some more. These next group of cards, I did a little bit of stamping. I did a little bit of die cutting, very little die cutting. I was watching a video, and this lady was doing these paper knot, or yeah, I think they're called it's a strip of paper that you tie in a knot and you make little birdies. And I thought, oh, those look like a lot of fun, and they're super easy. Then I was watching another dear friend, Emily, over at Emily's Paper Capers. So I want to shout out Emily's channel. If you're not familiar with her channel or any of the other ladies' channels, I'm going to include their channels in the description box below. Go pay them a visit, give them some love and support, and let them know I sent you. You won't be disappointed. Anyway, I was watching Emily's channel, and she's making these same little birdies from a strip of paper, and you tie it in a knot. And hers came out so super duper cute that I thought, okay, she has inspired me to try this. So I cut up some paper, and I cut up some pattern paper, not cardstock because it's too thick, but pattern paper, 12 inches by an inch. And it could be slightly wider, like I think some people use 1.25 inches, but I went ahead and just did 1 inch. You tie it in a knot, and then you form your little birdie. And then I thought, well, you're supposed to cut the edges, round out the edges, or round out one end for the little birdie head. And I thought, oh, I'm not that good with that, you know. So I thought, let me die cut a little circle. So let's see if I have one up here. I thought I had one up here. Nope, I don't. I mean, I have my birdie, but I thought I had a little circle that I die cut an extra one. I don't. Anyway, I die cut a circle, and then I put that for his little head, or her little head. And then, anyway, let me just show you because it's kind of hard to describe. I started out with these card bases. I found these at the thrift store a long time ago, and I'm working my way through them. They come in a variety of colors, but they're the same pattern. Here is my little birdie. This is a 1 inch by 12 inch strip that you tie in a knot, just like if you were tying your shoe one time. And then you know, cut the little tail, and then you just round out the other end. But like I said, I didn't really feel like I could do that really well, so I die cut this little tiny circle, and then with these scissors, which I rarely use these scissors, I cut one end of the circle to look like it's little feathers right there. And then I added a little sequence for her eye. And behind that, what I attached it with is a teensy weensy little foam dot, a little circle foam dot that I had in my stash. So those came out really cute. Now the card front I embossed with this embossing folder that has leaves all over it. I did stamp this, Take Flight, or Time to Fly, and stamped that, and then just added it right up to the top there. And then I left it blank inside. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these as thank you cards, thinking of you cards, birthday cards. Could you use them for any occasion? But there's my little knotted bird. Or, yeah, I guess they're called knotted birds. I'm not sure. Here's another one. Aren't they cute? Oh my gosh, they're so fun. Here's another. I did 4 of them. And then here is the 4th one. And again, I left all of them blank inside. I want to show you, I think I have them in here. Yes, here's the strip I used. So just because it's so simple, let me show you what I did. So you get it, and you just tie it in a knot like that. That's it. That's all you do, basically, okay? And then what I did is I tucked this end in here, kind of line it up, and then I tucked this end here so you don't have any white exposed. Now you can get printed paper, double-sided printed paper, and you won't have to do this. There's your basic shape of your birdie, and then you cut the tail here like little, like a little triangle there. And then what I did is I left this point right here. I don't know if I'm showing you that. Right there is its beak. And then I put that little die cut circle right there. So there, see how easy those are? And then what I did is I put a sticky dot right between here so it would stay together. But I think that if you glue them down on a project, they'll stay together. And what I did, and you don't have to do this, I rounded the little belly out. So simple, simple. They're so cute. And you can use any color of pattern paper. I had this pad of pattern paper that is all florals, and I thought, oh, that would be really cute, really cute. So I'm going to do other colors, but I still have some strips because it was a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. So see how easy that is? They're so cute, and you can use them on anything. Emily used them on a journal. I think she used them on her art journal or her artisan journal. I can't remember, but they came out so cute. And again, she drew little feet. It came out so cute. So she inspired me to, all right, let's get some pattern paper out and try these. And I really love the way they turned out. They're so darling. They're so cute. Oh, all right. That is what I wanted to share with you for Stamp Play, Stamping Sunday, and Die Cut With Me Monday. A big thanks to all these ladies for these really fun collaborations. I hope you go pay them a visit. Thanks for hanging out with me for just a bit. Till next time, be safe, be happy, be positive, and you guys rock.